How are you guys doing after that horrible tragedy over there with the tornado? You guys doing okay?
Yes, that was definitely the most traumatic experience I've ever been through. It was really, really awful, unexpected, soul crushing in so many ways. Um,
Yeah.
but we're all right, like, of course, all of us here in the tour, like among all the bands and crews, our lives have changed forever after that, because it was like people have no idea what it is, how it feels to have a fan like dying during your concert.
Wow.
This is something deeper, way deeper than people can imagine it. So it's been awful in many ways. But we're here standing, like
Yeah.
we're all feeling better now. Now that we were able to move on with the tour, because we refused having that tragedy as the last memory of this tour, which has been a cool one. And also after we were able to spread and help sharing and help donating to fundraisers of the fans who died, of the fans that got injured, and after finally being able to fundraise for ourselves some money for the our RV that was crashed. So I think we're now, over the last couple of days, life has been started to get to normal on tour, although in a sense we're never going to be the same, because it was really an awful, life-changing experience. But we're doing our best to move on and try to just finish the tour.
Yeah, things like this happen live, right? So were you guys done with your set when the roof collapsed, or were you guys on stage? Or
so we played our normal set, and finished our set. It was a 30-minute long set. And in between sets, in between our show and Skeletal Remains show, that's when the tragedy happens. Because when we were about to leave the stage, everyone started getting the tornado warnings on their phones.
Oh.
But I didn't know how to. So it was like we got the tornado warnings like 10 minutes before the tornado hit the venues, which is pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
So I'm from Brazil. We don't have tornadoes there. I don't know how to act.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what to do when you get a tornado warning on your phone. So I was just like desperate, and I got that message, and Brad, our friend from Revocation, he was like, "Hey, get your valuables from the van and go to the basement." And I didn't understand, like, that was so serious. I thought it was only, like some regular way, some regular stuff you do when you have like strong storms or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then we went there and we could see the storm gathering up. And then when we were leaving the RV, we could feel the winds were like
real bad,
really hard. And then we went to the venue, and someone at the venue say, "Hey, just go to the basement as fast as you can." And then we went there, but I was not expecting it to happen. And then seconds after we got in the venue, and seconds after we got to the basement, lights were out, alarms started sounding, and we just felt the whole building like
really,
like trembling.
Wow.
Yeah, like shaking, the whole building shaking. And we thought it was a tornado passing. We had no idea what had happened upstairs, Yeah. So it was quiet after some seconds, and I don't know how tornadoes work, and then I didn't know if there was any chance another one hit the building, or that same tornado would come back. Like, I just didn't know how to act.
Wow.
But still, we thought that the noise we heard and the shaking of the building was just a tornado passing, but we had no idea the roof had collapsed.
Wow.
That is the thing.
Horrible.
So, and we noticed something was wrong when after the tornado passed, seconds after, it was silent. And then after being silent for a couple of seconds, we started listening to people screaming.
Oh, wow.
Up there in the venue. So we knew something was wrong. We didn't know exactly what. And then some fans bleeding started entering the basement we were, and then we knew shit got serious. And then one of the guys from the band, actually all the guys from the bands were upstairs, and one of them came down and said, hey, the roof collapsed, people are under debris. And then we were shocked and desperate. We really didn't know what to do, and it was just horrifying. It was horrifying. But the if I can say there was a good thing on all that is that it happened in between sets. Because if it happened, because like in between sets, just some fans were there on the exactly in front row where the roof collapsed. Most had been to the merge table.
Wow.
And actually, I got a fan when we played days later in Joliet, Illinois. A fan got me, approached me by the merch table, and he said, hey, you saved my life in Belvedere. I was like, how? That he was there, and he told me he was front row watching our show, but since I had said that after the show we would be hanging out by the merch table, he went to the merch table. And then collapsed right where he was. So yeah, it was the thing is, if it hadn't been in between sets, if it had been during our set or Skeleton Remains set, it would have been way worse.
Much worse, like,
right? Way more people would get severely injured. More people would definitely have died, and I'm sure bands would have been fucked up too. So
wow, it could have been worse.
It was horrible, but it could have been worse. Yeah, definitely.